guys, so I just filmed a very long, very emotional video and apparently wasn't recording. Oh, try to do the video again and just be a bit quicker. Oh, I wanted to talk about coming out because ever since I came out online about being asexual, I've been getting a lot of messages from people that were telling me about their personal lives and asking me about how I came out and how my parents reacted and how my friends reacted and if I come out and blah blah blah, blah blah blah. And I want to thank you guys first of all for trusting me enough to tell me about your own personal experiences. I do really appreciate that. The coming out thing is something that has always a bit bothered me, honestly. I feel like coming out is something that's praised and not portrayed accurately in media and any sort of platform, because coming out is this thing that is portrayed as that one thing you do once and then you're done with it. You're good. Fine, you've done it. Go on with your life. When it's not really like that. You come out, you don't necessarily feel relieved. You might regret it, you might feel scared, you might have really negative and harmful consequences to deal with. It might hit you and it might be like, oh fuck, I really did it. And this can be really, really, you know, nerve-wracking. You know plenty of people in your life and you'll meet plenty of people in your life. Many of your relationships, maybe at some point you will have to come out again. And maybe with time it's gonna get easier and maybe with time you won't care at all and it's going to be as easy as saying, hi, what's your name? But maybe not. We also celebrate coming out and we think of people that don't come out as being in the closet and it's seen as a negative thing, but like you have different reasons why you might not want to come out. First of all, because it's nobody's business. Really simple. Maybe you don't feel safe, and if you don't feel safe there might be good reasons for you to not feel that way, and safety is the most important thing in my opinion, so stay safe. As for me, it is very different. I feel like, you know, coming out is also very different depending on what you have to tell in your coming out. When you have to tell that you're gay, what you may have, well, what unfortunately you may have to face are dangerous situations, prejudices, and, you know, people maybe not wanting to have anything to do with you anymore. When you're bi, you have different struggles. When you're pansexual, it's like, okay. And when you're asexual, it's just like people will not believe you, people will deny you the right to be or to express yourself. People will try to tell you that you've been abused, that you have some sort of hormonal imbalance, blah blah blah. They won't take you seriously. People will react very violently sometimes, and people will basically just think of you as a friend, and that's the extent of it. Nothing else, nothing more. They won't see you as someone that's capable of love or worthy of love. You know, struggles are very different depending on your sexual orientation. If we forget about the dangerous side to coming out and how extreme and disgusting and sick people can attack you for being gay, bi, whatever, imagine you're in an environment that's safe and accepting. I feel like asexuality is the one sexual orientation that's the most tricky, the trickiest and the most difficult to come to terms with, because when you're gay or when you're bi or when you're pansexual, it doesn't cut you from the world. You're not cut from the world and its inhabitants. You're just telling people that you prefer these people, you know. When you're asexual, you're basically telling people, I don't want to have sex with anyone. And when sex is seen as this also important stuff in your life, in everyone's life for the matter, it's like you don't really belong to the world anymore. Yeah, so coming out as asexual is difficult, painful, fucking annoying, a pain in the ass, something I hate and something I don't do. People may think that I'm very confident and very strong and fine with my sexual orientation because I talk about it online, but not really. The reason why I talk about it online is because I know I have a platform, I know I have a voice that I should use for good things, and I know what it feels like to be asexual and to have no one to relate to and to have lots of questions in your mind, on your mind, and I wanted people to have someone they could relate to and possibly someone they could ask questions to. So in real life, I don't want to come out because I don't want to be reminded that I'm not normal, and I stick with that. I know it's a very harsh thing to say and many people are going to disagree with me, but what I mean by not normal is not wrong, you know. There's nothing wrong with being asexual, but it's not normal because we make up like 1 to 3% of the population. So when you think you don't even like, when you think that more than 90% of the population is sexual, You cannot say in a credible and logical and serious way that asexuality is novel. It is very rare and it's fucking difficult to live with, in my opinion. I don't dislike being asexual. I don't hate myself. I don't wish I were different. But I'm not gonna lie, there's nothing I like about being asexual. I'm not proud of being asexual. What would I even be proud of my sexual orientation? What does it even fucking mean? It's difficult to live with. It's seriously so difficult to live with. Very painful for me. Because people don't respond well to it. So I don't come out because I don't want to be reminded of that. Also, I don't come out because people have no idea what asexuality is, and I'm fine with putting a video in which I explain what it is, in which I explain some of my experiences related to that, or some of my struggles. That's fine because I do it once, and then people can watch it as many times as they want to. But like in real life, I don't want to have to do that once, twice, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 10 times a week. Especially because when it comes to asexuality, many people have no limits. They will ask you stuff like, do you masturbate? But have you ever had an orgasm? Or were you abused when you were a child? What about sex? Do you have sex? Do you even have sex? No, I don't want to have to reply to all those questions, and I don't want to have people be like, oh, that's weird. I don't want to see, because that's what people do. I don't want to see them. I don't want to notice that, and I don't want to witness that again and again. People be like, oh, okay, shh, she's weird. She's not in our world. She's not someone I could fall in love with. She's not someone I could love, you know. I don't want to have to deal with that. And I don't want to be defined by my sexual orientation. It's already enough of a struggle for me to know it and to have to, you know, deal with everything in this hypersexualized society. I don't want to have to deal with people putting me in this little box with their own rules, their own representation, their own expectations, and their own interpretation of what asexuality is, and lock me in that box forever. What's really hard to explain to people is that we really asexual people perceive sexuality as a very, very fluid thing. People don't do well with that. But with not coming out, there are also some downsides. You'll assume I'm straight, and I'm not straight. I'm not straight because I'm asexual, but I'm not straight because my romantic orientation is not even straight. I am open to everyone. Do all these things make it really hard because I don't want to be perceived as straight because that's not what I am, but I don't want to be perceived as gay or bi because that's not what I am either. So I just have to always pretend in conversation that I'm kind of like floating in between all these things, you know, and it's tiring. You have to pretend that you're fine and it doesn't hurt when people make jokes about this one guy that didn't have sex for a few months, or this girl who was still a virgin, or when people say, oh, they had sex so now they're officially in a relationship, you know, reminding you that yes, in this society sex is the fucking key to relationship and to love, and you cannot have love without sex. And it's tiring, it's annoying, it's exhausting, and sometimes it's very, very painful when you meet someone you love, when you meet someone you like, when you meet someone you have a crush on, when you meet someone you're attracted to, whatever. You always wonder, am I supposed to go for it? Could I go for it? Am I allowed to go for it? Am I even worthy of going for it? I'm not even going to give them what they want. I'm not as full as someone else. Like, I have something lacking, you know, I'm lacking in something. I'm not going to be able to give them as much as this other person is because I don't want to have sex with them. That's what I wanted to say in this video. I guess I just wanted to clarify a few things with coming out because I've been getting a lot of questions about it, and also I want to be real. I don't want to be like, oh, you know, everyone's unique and every sexual orientation is unique and everyone has their own struggles and blah blah blah. Yes, everyone's unique, but it would be a fucking lie to say that being asexual is not difficult. I don't want to lie about that. I want to put up a happy face and be like, you know, I'm asexual and everything's fine. I have no struggles. There's nothing painful in my life that is the result of me being asexual. Or at least me being asexual in a society that's very not asexual and very not open to asexuality. Ooh, so yeah, I'm really happy that I'm contributing to raising awareness for asexuality. So I'm happy in doing that because I know I'm doing something good. It's sort of a duty, I feel like. But don't be fooled by that. The fact that I talk about it doesn't mean I'm okay with it and I'm completely, you know, fine. No. So thank you for watching this video, and I shall see you later. Bye!